Last year, I tried to rebuild a country in India to overtake the likes of France, Germany, and Spain, making them one of the world's best countries. But this year, I'm going to change it up, as I've looked around the globe for the biggest countries with the worst football teams. And in order of population, India ranks first. Then we've got China, who have a decent league. USA have a decent team, leaving me on the huge country, almost 300 million in their population, Indonesia FC. I do see the comments from you guys. You like to make me aware of your country. So hopefully today's rebuild is a bit of an appreciation post to you guys, as this is the first nation rebuild of FC25, hoping to take Indonesia all the way to the Champions League. As yes, people, you heard me right, the Champions League. As we're not actually rebuilding the country, we're rebuilding a team which doesn't have Indonesian players. You might be looking at me weirdly for that. Most of them are English. We've got a Scotsman, we've got a man from the Faroe Islands, and we are placed in League One, which is the third tier of English football, for a few reasons. The first one, I don't give this league enough love. Usually we skip straight past this in a rebuild, so I'm going to put my team here. Plus, it gives us a few seasons to get the overall ball rolling, turning the English players into Indonesian, as you can see our scout report. Most of these players right here, I'm guessing, won't be from the country. Yeah, as you can see, we've got a Greek, we've got an Algerian, we've got a Frenchman, but of course, we cannot take any of them on, as the overall aim of this rebuild is Indonesian players only. We can sign them, and also we can use the academy, obviously, which probably is our best bet. We've got Kai Underwood, 1-star, 1-star. However, we have £6 million to spend because, of course, rupees aren't in the game. And that is the currency. As another challenge is, if we do not have a full Indonesian squad by the Premier League, we will have to sell our best Indonesian player. So that's going to make the challenge harder, because we'd have to replace him with a really poor academy player, as that's where I'm going to start. We've got £5 million to spend. There's no 5-star, 5-star there. Come on, we do need a decent scout. Okay, 4-star, 4-star. Dylan Tomlinson's going to have some work to do for us right here, as Indonesia, the only place we can go to try and find something, as I've gone with these 4 positions to start off with, because it covers attack, defense, and out wide in the fullback position. Also CDM, as these are the players we currently have. Of course, I don't want to use any of these once we get to the top division. But before we sign some real-life players, because there is quite a few out there, I have skipped 2 weeks ahead, and we're going to promote our players right here. In fact, all of these players can be promoted, because we're going to need to stack our academy. And our first team of players as Kayadi. He looks the best one at the moment. Only 3 players, though, that look over 60 rated. Promoting all of those, as we've got Susanto, a right back, and the rest of the players underage, so we unfortunately can't promote them to the squad, leaving us fairly light on numbers already on Indonesian players. And these players at the club, we can't really use straight away to sign them up. And actually, I'm going to force a rule in there. We're not going to sign any players up who aren't Indonesian to try and rush this process a little bit more, as I've changed to a flat 4-3-3 to get Kayadi into the team on the wing, and 4 of them in the squad already. I am going to release the players in their positions, so hopefully they get a bit of game time. But of course, I said we can sign players still. And unfortunately, no free agents from Indonesia, which would have really helped us, as I think mission number 1 is to just survive in the division we're in. And here's the players we've got available. These are all the Indonesian ones. Not many. There is a left back from Swansea, Cho A-on. There's Elkan Bagot, who's got a lot of followers online, and he cost under £1 million. But I think if we do fill out a position first, the midfield, because we've got 2 midfielders, through the academy it could be good. So the youngest in Ferdinand, if we sign him up using a lot of our remaining money, we can change our formation to this, getting him in cam. Now we've got 3 Indonesians in the midfield. That is 1 position ticked off. And as you can see right here, not a huge squad after I've released a lot of players, the maximum I could do, because we've got only 18 players left. I've been training our right back Susanto, Pangilia, Darmali. Marcelinho's turned 20, but he's had a 5+ increase, because they've been guaranteed some game time. They're the only players in the squad at the moment, and Kayadi's moved to the right, I still don't mind it. He's still grown by 1. Not the most overall. The midfield's doing a lot better. It is League 1 standard. And in fact, the whole squad's League 1 standard. Maybe very much lower side. As long as we can stay up, and we do so. Quite comfortably even. Blackpool actually relegated in 22nd as we finish 17th. Blackpool getting relegated. We know they had an Indonesian player. So maybe that's something for next season. As did we have a cup run at all? No, we were stopped by Bolton, but we did reach round 3. And only round 1 of the Carabao. I mean, Charlton, that is a difficult draw. And could this be the club we actually go and win the BSM at? Well, not in season 1, because we're hammered in the group stages. I just guess we didn't have the legs for it, as now we're getting more legs involved. We've got another cam. Maybe I make this guy a winger, but then we've got a winger of our own. We've got Atmaja, Dicta for short. Lubis, if we could make one of these two a centre-back. Alongside Muljana, who I didn't spot. 87 maximum potential. Of course, with modded FC 25, they can pass their potentials anyways. As now, if we wanted to, sure, there's a few players out of the positions at the moment, but we do have 10 players, so apart from the goalie, these are all Indonesian lads. But of course, we will carry on scouting next season as the goal scorers. Kayadi got 12. Fernan, the captain, with 9. Not a bad start, you know. It's a lot better start than I initially thought. But if you are going to enjoy this and you are from Indonesia, smash that like button, and also please do subscribe to the channel. Both of them things really help this channel grow. And hey, we're on a road to 50k, and if you guys do support a certain video, I know it's wanted again, and we'll get round to doing another version. A lot of players released, as £7 million to start off with. And before we do anything else in this rebuild, you know where that money's going straight away. We are buying a new scout. We've got Ivan Esposito, not to be confused with the Esposito players over in Italy. There's loads of them, as he is Italian as well, but he's not going to be going to Italy. Indonesia again, and now we can filter down what we need. 3 crucial positions. I'm going to look for striker and centre-back. We do need a goalkeeper, of course, but there is one we can actually sign if we get the money, as this is it. This is all Indonesian. We actually lost our goalkeeper, and the reserves end at our 7 subs. So, in fact, no reserves. I've swapped them around now. We get a centre-back in permanently and a goalkeeper. We wait for a striker through the academy, methinks, and then we just change a few positions up. Tarigan's got some pace, so we're going to try and make him our winger. We'll also change this Tarigan to a left back, only 2 weeks. And if Lubis could be a centre back for the future, that would be ideal. As actually still, before going out and signing, I do want to check our academy first. I want to trust youth over everything else, as these are the players. I see a lot of green, hopefully meaning more potential. I've put them straight onto training drills, and look at that, more 60 rated. Also got our centre back and striker straight through the door. The only problem is the team's getting weaker, so we've got to get a goalkeeper in, and then we could potentially fill our entire squad of Indonesian players as on the bench. Only 2 aren't from the country, and then the goalkeeper, but like I said, I already know who I'm going for. 4 million in the bank, because we did promote a lot of youth players, plus we paid for the scout. As who's first? Where is the goalkeeper? Here he is, Martin Paez, but he's 27. Maybe actually not the best option, because we could get 2 for the price of 1 here. So if we say no to him, maybe we revisit him next year, although we don't actually have a goalkeeper, so scrap that. I'm going to have to go for him on the release clause from Dallas, because we're a League 1 club. It would have been difficult to sign him. And he comes in alongside El Cambago, like I said, relegated with Blackpool. Them 2 coming in to hopefully strengthen our real-life players. As overall the squad, well, I'd say that is doubly decent. Very nice team. I mean, 2 70 rated midfielders, a few 70 rated, because Kayadi and Pays himself. Over that markers on the bench, only 1 player now who isn't Indonesian. We're almost getting to time where we can loan some out to get them growing at other teams. The more youth, the more loaning, the more money we could even potentially make. Although there's no real rush for that, as we do have some position changes. Lubis was wingers first, then we've got Tarrigan, that's only a switch from fullback to the other fullback position, and then another Tarrigan, now a winger. Good stuff, there's still only 18 players left in the squad, and our top scorer was a 17-year-old Lesomno, who is a striker, but only 64 rated, and was in fact our bench striker, as look at this, loads of players coming of age, including more 60 rated players. We've got a lot of centre-backs to loan out next year. Very much looking forward to it, as it's a better finish, we're constantly improving. No, it's nowhere near promotion, that's where we want to be next year, I'd say. But 11th is still good, as MK Dons get the better of us in the FA Cup, and Everton in the Carabao, so our first taste of top flight competition. If Everton are still there, you know, they can be dodgy at times. And in the BSM Trophy, I actually don't believe we made the semi-finals. So close, but can this year be our year, as now we don't have to worry about other players, only worry about what we've got, which is a lot of Indonesian players. We probably could do with a fullback, another goalkeeper, but I want to save that till the championship. If we look for a goalie in the second tier, we focus on the team just then. Plus, we should have a bigger budget to actually sign real players in the division above. We should just be fine, as striker could be our priority through the academy, but Budiman is a good rating, didn't score many, compared to Lesomo, who has the potential to be special already, as our highest rated at the club is Paez, Kayadi, also Rewut, but then we've got Paez running out of contract, so our budget this year probably more crucial than ever before, as I've signed a few players up, and to be fair, it's not really knocked our budget. £5 million, and I'm going to go ham with the academy again. Whilst we're at League 1 level, we might as well try and find the best players. Look for them with staggering potential, as I'm going for the positions which are weakest in the current team, and we've stumbled across some greatness here. Hermanto 66, we've got Ali, a left back, 64, and then this man, Gunardi, 90 to 94 potential. If we loan him out season 1, he would be amazing. Hopefully come next year, the potential to be special. Only 16-year-old, so onto the loan list he definitely goes. With them play styles as well. Oh my days. He doesn't fit in the team. He's a right mid, could be a striker. I'm really looking forward to this kid. We'll loan a few of the others out as well. You just saw get promoted, as this is what we're currently rocking with. And despite just promoting a left back, I think that's where we can strengthen. We've got Tarrigan, who's 17, and we need to strengthen the defense a little bit more if we are to go for promotion. We have £3 million left, and there is a left back available, Cho Aon, who's only 24 at Swansea City. However, then there's also Verdonk, who maybe is a little bit past us at the moment. Think I'll go for the cheaper one, and the one who is 5 years younger. So welcome in Cho, that's what I'm going to call him, but the payment for players is getting a little bit spicier, as when you can see the amount we've paid. 2 players signed, and them wages are absolutely awful. It's getting expensive out here. I mean, at least he has filled in as the starting left back this season. A better defense, 100%. As one player up here not playing, we can make this switch though, because Kayadi's 78 rated. I didn't see that. All over 70s. Apart from our 2 strikers, as Lesomno, who had the potential, is the same rating as Budiman now, and they're both 18, both 69 overall. Can this team reach the championship though? Because I liked League 1. I never give it respect, but I think we are past the mark now. We've got 70 rated, 77 plus, and that's why we're in the championship next year. A beautiful finish with 98 points, securing Indonesia their first trophy. No offense, I mean, I support a League 2 club. It's not the trophy you desire. An EFL one. We need to get up there in the leagues, as the FA Cup losing to Port Vale 1-0, and the Carabao to the worst team on the planet, losing on penalties. But still, this BSM trophy, I am begging to actually compete in it. Oh my days, and no, it is a penalty loss to bloody Gillingham. Was Bagot actually at that club? I think I might be mistaken. I think it were Bristol Rovers. Still, I absolutely love the man, and there he is, under the lone player, Gunardi. Like I said, he's got brilliant potential. His rating has shot up, and he could be our striker next year, as look at the rest of them. A lot of green ratings here. As we're going to be in the championship, get in there. We can still make some sign-ins, as our best player this season is Kayadi, with another 20 goals. Starting to make a name for himself, as this team's only got one change. Immediate to make, and that's Gennady. But where does he fit in here? Could he be the striker? Because it says he can technically be it, but the 64 shooting kind of makes me think not. Kayadi has a lot better. He has 74. But this is not done at all. We've got youth coming through, and also we could change our formation up to try and benefit some different players. As how long to a striker? This man, 64 weeks. That is not bad at all. I don't think it'll increase him. We'll try Gennady on the left wing, because actually he might be a better winger overall. Keep Ferdinand in the cam role, because he's been a breath of fresh air since we signed him. Showing we still need to sign some players, as the money we've got, £7 million, not bad. Not bad at all, but we've got to keep on moving. First of all, I'm going to clean out the academy we currently got, with a few more players to loan out, because we've got another 94 potential player in a wing position yet again, as you know what I'm doing this year. Like I said previously, goalkeeper, because Paez in the goal at the moment. I like him, but there's no hiding. He is getting no younger, so we need to look for that keeper, and I do trust what the scout will do. We don't need to promote many of those, so we don't need to save a lot of money up. So I'm going to spend actually first £7 million at the moment. Is there any young players from other clubs we could try to sign? We've seen no regens on the market, and there's actually one at the moment. Hayden Tandujaja, but I don't think we need to actually sign him. We're probably better off going for Ole Romani from Oxford. We signed Ferdinand from there, because one thing I never knew about Oxford before starting this save, they are owned by a very rich Indonesian businessman, which is probably why they're signing a lot of Indonesians themselves, as I was going to start the save with them, and I really want to sign Hilgers. Unfortunately, at the moment, priced out of him, so we can't really get him at all, meaning we've got to go for a different option. And there is Ilano Rangers, brother of Tajani, who does play for AC Milan, but his brother's actually Dutch, and this one is Indonesian. And I'm gonna buy him because he looked versatile, plus I think he could be a good cam, as only 10 weeks to sit behind Ferdinand is not bad at all. Adding another real life player to the mix, but I want more of those, as I might give up on this man, Kevin Dix. Now we've got a lot of centre backs, but I just feel like his experience could really set us up for the Prem. Plus, it's another versatile body, so I'm hoping that he can make us work as a team. As for now, he takes over Elkan Bagot, who can hopefully work out for us, as now we've got these goalkeepers. We've got to try and bring one through. We've got Teja, Kusnadi, and I'm going to be loading all of these out to see if any stands out for next season. And our only aim here was to set ourselves for the Premier League, which is where we'll go. 104 points, which is amazing for us. Crystal Palace were up there, Leeds. And I've also changed my t-shirt. A bit more on that in a minute, because we have just won the championship, meaning we will be in the Premier League competing with the big teams. So we'll still have to try and improve, as we did improve in the Cup, only to round 4, my shoe, losing to Preston North End. And in the Carabao, round 3, we lost to Wigan Athletic. But more about the kit. I thought I would go for Ajax, since a lot of Indonesian players do play in the Dutch league. Makes a little bit of sense, as now this is a team we're playing out with. Midfield, really good. We have changed the positions of some of our players. Kayadi now a striker, 83 rated, in a move like Kylian Mbappe, like Cristiano Ronaldo. Moving infield, as Gennady's already an 80 rating. The other winger, not so good, I must say. Also, goalkeeper on the bench, we've got Riowit at a 66. Not what we envisaged, but we still have some players to come back. Of course, I loaned a lot of players out because Paez is now 30-year-old and Kusnadi looks the closest, 17 at Brisbane Raw. Then Kearney is not too great, he's only 61 rated. Same with Johan, 63. They'll need some more loan deals. And we didn't need more goals because we had a 17-goal winger in Dictor Gennady, our standout man when we saw his potential. Yes, the wingers getting involved. I'm actually going to switch them round in the Prem. However, it may not stay that way with Tandujaja. Probably butchering the name, so we need to get him out of our formation and change it altogether, because I'm going to be going for this one. Trying to optimize our ratings, because now we can get Bagot in the team. As a left-footed centre-back, we've got Ferdinand now as a winger. We'll change them all around, and plus you might have noticed noticed before, there is a decent centre-back, and we do need to replace the old man Dix with someone even younger, as I just love seeing that Premier League table, and 49 million, I think we can afford all the real players. However, another thing I haven't done, because we have took our time with this save so far, in building the players, is go tactical. I'm going to go wing play, having wing backs and wingers, and now for getting some coaches in, because we've got the youngest of the youngest players, so might as well put them first before we go out signing, as there is a new real life player, or not real life, it's a youngster at another club. Sustanto Ali, only 17-year-old, looks decent, but you know we don't need him. There is Jay Aziz, but he's joining Portsmouth, who are a division below us at the moment, leaving us with the best option. I don't think we'll get a better signing in the entire save. We've got Mies Hilgers, who now fits the formation, although we've had to pay quite a bit for him, £32 million. But here he is. You've got to pay the price for the best players, as I'm going to put him on the right with Rewoot and Bagot in the middle. However, when I've gone to change the drills on some of our players, I'm very much noticing our midfielders look a lot like DMs. Both of them, because both of them take 2 weeks to train there. So maybe we change shape again. I don't know what I'm actually doing here. Let's just try the 4-2-1-3 when they're both trained as CDMs. Hopefully it works out for us, as now Bagot is back on the bench. As with this gamble on CDMs, which I'm going to change in a moment, I've also left the academy to just be CDMs and centre mids for the most of it, because we do need another one for the bench. So Atmadaj, we're going to choose him, or Atmadji. Then we've got Ginting. I think I'll definitely butcher these names more once they get in the team, or hopefully as we'll change a position around. And this is what we've got going for us, as, oh dear, our centre mids not cracking at all, but let's hope the gamble's paid off. Hangalilia is the first. Oh my days, and I'd say it has already. 86 rated, but Darmali, can he do the same? Oh, it's another 86. Both of them have gone up the same amount. Magical. We did this in my Grimsby save with George McEachran, as now left back's our weakest area, and I'm sorry, I don't know if we'll get another one, but I do have one out on loan, as I've got a lot of players. If you take a look here, oh my days, we've got a 75 winger, or potential winger, but the most important, Kuznadi, over to Anderlecht, and his rating has shot up, and that's a good thing because Paez is getting older, and 10 plus goals for all our front three tells me we might stay up in the Premier League, as the gamble fully paid off with the CDMs. They didn't even play this season, but we still finish 10th position, which is fantastic for a One Nation rebuild, but still no luck in the cups, because Crystal Palace, who we beat to the championship title last year, beat us in round 4 of the FA Cup. And now for the Carabao, a 1-0 defeat to Cardiff in round 2, so even worse. And this is the thing now, we've really got to push on for a trophy, as it's not telling us we have to, and also only a mid-table finish. That's kind of worse than what I expect. I expect us to be a lot better, as I have no idea how Paez is still going up, and now we have the 86ers. In the squad, we've got Ferdinand, who hopefully can reach the 80 mark. We've got a bench to kind of sort out. Also, Lesmono is 77 overall. If we just had a decent CDM on the bench, maybe we loan this guy out. The rest of the team is cracking, because that first 11 I really trust to keep on going. As when we look at the average age of the squad, yes, I should have put training drills on. Look how many players are 18 or under. We've also got another match, this winger that we put out on loan. That's another winger for the bench, and we're only just gonna get stronger. As do we aim for Europa League this year? I don't think that would be unrealistic. As any signings we could make, well, that guy's won't be released ourselves. Same with this guy, Sugiato. I didn't think he was going anywhere. And it looks like Jay Aziz did not make the move after all to Portsmouth. So more money into the academy. I'm going to promote a few more midfielders because we don't have many on the bench. Let's just fill up that position. And I've just gone and done another scouting mission, this time only looking for CDMs. However, the ones we actually have found, you can see by the potential, they are pretty stinky. So of course, when we reach the Premier League, we run out of decent backup options. And speaking of backup options, do I just sacrifice the bench this year? Say I did this, I left Dix on it and Buddyman, took everybody else off, and shove them at the bottom of the reserves. As them two middle rows with Bagot, Reinders, Lesmono, Admaj, they can all go out on loan to become first teamers later on down the line. They get the experience into their legs now to come back as absolute superstars. Hoping they grow from maybe a Europa League campaign this year, as looking at our bench, it's even helped some of them lads out. Buddyman is the most prevalent, 81 rated at 21. But when you look at our first team as well, now that is not bad at all. On its own, we've got a 90 rated, a 90 rated, both CDMs, then we've got an 89, an 88. Gennadi's getting special. It was a little bit slow at the start, and Elkan Bagot got loaned to Bayern, 86 rated at 27. Absolutely brilliant. And sometimes when you call a player back, they actually shoot their rating up. So I've called him back that no, he stays at 86. But still, phenomenal, as Kayadi got the most goals in 16. And how did our other two lads out on loan do? Now I can't find them. There's some right here. Muljana, 75. Reinders, 77. Tarigan, 78. Lesmono, 78. But still, Kuznadi is an 81, so that means there's one more player to go on this list. And it is Admaji, who has gone up to an 84 overall. I think enough to put him in the team, as our youngsters are brilliant. And that's how brilliant they are, because we haven't just finished in the Champions League. We've won the goddamn Premier League. In the second season, a lot of teams falling off on points because we stormed it, and Ipswich to finish in the UCL, showing how weird this league truly is, as I bet we haven't gone far in the cups. Lost 4-0 to bloody Leicester, and let me show you another thing about them. They finished rock bottom of the Premier League, so rock bottoms beat top spot. In the FA Cup, as in the Carabao, Ipswich win it, playing even better than us, Elkan Bagot's ex-team actually, as we lose to Plymouth Argyle in round 3 of the Carabao. Awful. Of course, they are a team in real life to win in the cup competitions, beating Liverpool this year in a really decent run for the club. And I guess in our mind, we've got to say we're going from the Prem to the Champions League, as that is the next aim. We're going to change Admaji to a right wing. Yes, I know I'm butchering the names, but I am not butchering the country, because this is epic. It's more than epic. It's bloody well brilliant. 45 players here, and Bagot's now into the defense over Hilders, which I didn't expect. Riwood is the left centre-back. Admaj, I'm guessing, might go up by 1 rating, and our lowest rated at the moment is the left-back Cho Aon, who unfortunately doesn't turn out to what we want him to be, because just below him, Handoko Hartigan, he's only 21 himself, and of course the academy went badly last year, so I think now, although decent players here, we're going to end it, shutting the academy down. Come on, we've got to be realistic. We've just won the Premier League, so no youth player's going to step us up more. Maybe there's a real life player out there that could do any decent regens. There is Tarigan again, who we released ourselves. Ole Romani is 30, 71 overall. Aratman Goen looks decent if we were still in League One football. But part of me still just says screw it, let's bring them in here. As Romani joins soon after. And unfortunately, Jay Idzies does not want to join the club after we tried to double his wage, which is crazy. He doesn't want to join all his fellow countrymen on a journey towards the Champions League, as these other two definitely do. Sat in a pile of huge reserve players, as on our bench we do have 2 strikers at the moment, Buddyman and Lesmono. Tanu Jaja, who I think I've said right for the first time in this video, also on the bench. As this team, what more is there to do apart from wait and see if this can win the bloody Champions League? As we've got to do short passing, we've got to be very aggressive, and we've got to think of a different tactic despite just winning the Premier League to exploit some Champions League teams. As yes, this leaves a huge gap in the midfield, as Pangilila, who's almost 90 rated, fills in at centre back. Same with Darmali, and we're still waiting on Atmadja. However, now he's changed, and this this team. Oh my days, don't get me started. We've only used one country, not many signings, but it's one of the best we have had. Maybe this cycle as a 90 rated, 91, 92. Then we've got a 90 rated striker and the one who had potential to be special. Gennadi's done brilliantly at only 21 as well. Pangilia, I believe, was one of the first players we got in here. Coming all the way from the start is the youth. I absolutely love it. As goal scoring wise, Kayadi was one of the first we got as well. Same with Marcelinho Ferdinand, if I've said that right. He's 26-year-old and funnily enough, one of the oldest in our squad. As is the squad, well, it definitely is good enough to win the UCL. But has it got there? That's what I'm getting at. Well, in the Premier League, as you can see, Chelsea put up a more of a fight as loads of teams had 63 points last year. West Ham have that in 7th, but it is us at the top of the league, giving us a trophy, so get in there. That is another, well, back-to-back Premier League titles. Actually had to think on that, as unfortunately losing the FA Cup. Oh, that was the Community Shield. The FA Cup actually goes to West Ham United, and the Carabao goes to Fulham, so we haven't won a domestic trophy. However, it's kind of nice seeing it go to teams that usually wouldn't win it. Just like it was nice to see the other day Newcastle United lift the Carabao Cup. That just happened in real life. Maybe I should do something with Newcastle United in career mode very soon, as we finish 9th, just above Real Madrid. We've had a shocker of their own, same as Bayern Munich. We absolutely hammer before PSG beating them 3-0 on aggregate. Very good team in real life, Borussia Dortmund, we never fail against. And then we somehow got Chelsea and had to come back to beat them, giving us Barcelona, who just beat Roma, who came back to beat them many moons ago. Can you remember that? That was an absolutely dramatic Champions League campaign from them, as now we're seeing some ratings and they're kind of similar to ours. Still, I don't see many 90 overalls. As here we are, ready for liftoff. It is Barcelona with Bastoni, and I did just see some 90 rateds at the very end. Lamine Yamal, a youngster who's still done better than all our youngsters still put together, as Ferreira. But there's a run inside there, need to try and block him off. That is good. Just need to feel our way into this game. There's Lamine Yamal. You could tell he was going short right there. No one to actually pick up on it. We do have the better ratings. We just need to play as a team more. As that's a terrible pass out as well. And Lamine Yamal finds Boniface, who hits the crossbar. Payer's beaten, who I can't believe is still in the team. Very early let-off. We're not playing as a team. Come on. We do have the ratings in our favour, as Toje on down the line right there. We tried to get it into the middle. Casado and Rodri is their CDM pairing. Almost as good as ours, I'd say, but ours I really do like, as we need the run through the middle right there. Oh my days, how are you overplaying that pass? So simple, as a bad tackle from them, and Rewoot plays it into Pangalila, one of our first players, of course. Falls to Gunadri, who can get his shot off. It's saved into the path of Admadja, who I finally think I have said the name right off. Just a tap-in for us. And also, I haven't addressed the situation with the kits. We're not playing in the home one, we're playing in the default one, but I do not care, because our wingers scored it. And on this occasion, one of the actual last players to join the team is Kayadi. What a ball. If we're onside here, he could have another, unless there's a sweaty option, which there isn't, and he's overrun it. At least we're still leading, though, at Madja. Yes, I'm going to get his name right every single time now, because he has proven he's worthy of his name being correct, as here he is again running through. Gives it back into Marcelinho Fernandin, or Ferdinand. I'm always going to say that wrong, as now we need to get a tackle on Lamine Yamal, who's honestly their best player. We've got Rewoot, though, and I think he's handled it. Very, very unfortunate, but I respect the tackle, respect the hustle as Yamal. Oh my days, why is he free as a bird? It's Bakot with the block. Very good from Elkin, and I was really scrambling the ball away. I'm still scrambling on my words, as we need to get a ball into the box at the back stick. Oh my days, Moises Caicedo with the block, but still it falls back to Tojeon. Should have been another goal. Wasted though, as now Gennadi turn. We need another goal really to kill this game off. Tojeon trying to run around the outside of his men. If he plays that into the box, could this be the next goal? Kayadi, the top scorer. Finally, we get our wish. I've always called him the big man when I was trying to change his positions around. It turns out he's 5'9", so he's not the big man, but a big goal for us in the UCL final, and I think that will secure it on the scissor kick motion, or is it bicycle kick at the near post? Surely that is the trophy in the bag now for Indonesia. And I was right, because literally nothing happened in them last 8 minutes or so. They just tried to play it to Lamine Yamal, who failed at every given opportunity. We're not failing here though, as Elkan Bagot. That's a good thing. A real life player gets to lift the trophy. Don't know why it's not white and red. It's actually turned it to orange. There's only a little bit of orange on the kit, but still I'll stop moaning because we've rebuilt an entire nation. And like I said before, this is just an appreciation post to you guys who comment about it. As if you want your country rebuilding next, leave a comment down below or click here on screen to see another recommended video by YouTube.